Alright, so today I want to go over my day hike setup. First I want to start off with saying I really don't go anywhere far from like the trail. It's usually just the trail, and even then it's in highly inhabited areas. Not inhabited, but populated by hikers. So let's start off with what I carry on me. In my pockets I have Kershaw Skyline, if you want to see if you haven't seen already. I got this on a trip down to Florida because apparently they don't sell them here in New York. So I got one of those. My pocket. I've got, this is my large paracord bracelet. It's two sides. I also have a small one. I have a small one and it's on a clasp buckle thing. This is the kind of one I wear everywhere, and this is the one I would actually use in terms because it's fatter, so it has a bit more cord. Plus this one I worked hard and it was the first one, so it's got like some nostalgia. Here's my watch, Casio Pathfinder PAW 500. You have barometer and altimeter. I just use altimeter with a map, and that gives you roughly the area where you are if you're looking on a topographical map. So let's take that away. Starting with what I'm wearing, I have a pair of Timberland boots that I'll try to roll in a picture of. They have a Gore-Tex lining in them, or membrane, so water isn't an issue. I've done that. I've went with those in snow. It's fine. But okay, let's start with my liner socks. These are Right Sock Cool Mesh. Oops. They're really interesting socks. They have like two things. This is like two separate things. So imagine two really thin liner socks combined into one, and that is the liner sock, so chafing is kind of out of the question, or any rubbing. And I have these Under Armour Cold Gear golf socks. It's kind of like a mid-calf, and it goes up to there, so I wear those for any kind of colder temperature. If it's warmer, I'll probably just wear, I have a different pair of Right socks. They're just a white mid, I guess you could call it that. I'll try to roll in pictures of those too. Then, let's see, I have a buff that I like to wear. Everything I have is kind of like along the same lines, the same color scheme. It's kind of gray. I just go with that, gray and black. That's just stuff that I wear almost all the time. So now this is temperature based because today was a really warm day for a hike. Despite that it's end of November. That's why I'm filming this video. I have Under Armour Catalyst t-shirt. It's part of the loose gear. It's also the one that has recycled polyester in it. So all gray. I like that. If it gets any, actually, no, I'll do that layering later. Cap, I think it's a North Face Horizon. It's a 100% nylon cap. I've got some wear on it. Let me show you. I don't know what that is, but it's on there. Let's clean that off. There's some other strange stuff. A slight discoloration. I think that's why I got it for cheaper. Normally sells for like 20, I got it for 10, so probably because of that discoloration. Right there. That doesn't bother me. Okay. Normal day pack. It's like my Camelback Octane 18X. Let me just get this out of the way. Let's just start with from the top, kind of, for what I carry inside the external pouch. Not the pouch, but I have a carabiner just holding these two things together. And then in this external thing, I have these kind of like shop towels. And I would cut these into like 4 pieces where it would be just like this long, and use it as a toilet paper if need be. And then inside this pouch, I think I have a small little garbage bag. This is the kind that would fit on a garbage can that you'd keep inside your house, not the big, however many gallon ones. This is like 5-10 gallon one. And that's all that's in there. Let's just replace this. Zip that up. And done. That would be that. The paper towels would be used for anything really. If I needed to wrap, like say, a large cut on my hand, then I would probably use that to stop once the bleeding stops, and then I'll probably use stuff from the medical kit I've made. So, going to this little pocket here, focus again. Inside I carry Sharpie, in case I need to write something down. I can still use that because it is quite thick. And that's all I have in there. It's a blue Sharpie, because I think it stands out a bit more on everything. So, opening it up, one thing that's missing is, because I was wearing it, is this mid-weight base layer. It's by Paradox. I got it at Costco's. 2 of them. It was like, not 2 of them, but it was the full set. It was the quarter zip top, which has the long neck, which I really like, and the pants bottoms. So that was like $20, so great deal. We got basically a set for each person in the family. So if it's not cold enough to start wearing that, I'll just have that as the first thing. And then as the day progresses, I have this wind shell, which is actually a bicycle jacket. But I have that just in case, and let me show you what it looks like. It's fairly lightweight and goes into its own pocket, which I like, plus all the high visibility. I really like it. One thing I like about this is if I were to start hiking at night, the material, it is really reflective. I think my flashlight's just a little too bright to show. It's just like everything zones out, but this stuff, 3M, well, made by 3M, I'm trying to remember the actual thing of it, but it's amazingly reflective. When I go down, whenever I take a picture with this thing on, like with the flash on, that's all you see is the outline for that jacket. Okay, enough ranting. I have these kind of cool tissue packets, just in case, 'cause sniffles. Opens up, it's like a wall thing, the Kleenex. If you have a little clean kit, I have these Coleman soap hand towels. Hand soap, like things. Let me just quickly show you. Basically, it's kind of like a Listerine gum pack. Not a gum pack, but like mouth tablet. Whatever. Can't think of the word. Basically, just one sheet. And you activate it with water. I would really suggest either scooping up a lot of water or cutting this into like fourths and then adding some water into your palm and rub it together, because these are really soapy and you need a lot of water for these. But they are good in case you need to clean and you like soap instead of hand sanitizer. Small little packet. They don't, it's like an ounce. They weigh maybe 2. I have just a wet one. Just one wet one. I have these cool little toothpicks too. We had a whole pack of these, but basically it's like that, and you would break one off. They're wood and they are mint flavored. I think you could also use these to start the fire in case you need it. But where I go, you can't really do that. I have an old packet of wet ones. There's some left in there, and another of these tissue packets because I threw in the other loose one later. So continuing that, I have a medical kit, which has a bunch of band-aids, Neosporin, Pepto-Bismol, activated charcoal, bug spray, this bite thing for like mosquito bites, duct tape, and little the keychain Swiss Army knives. I find that nice because the tweezers are really good for on these, and tape thing, whatever. Little whistle I found in my basement, so I throw it in there. And then I have this fleece. It also has a long neck. That's not a turtleneck, but it is like a full neck, kind of. But this is also a quarter zip. It's a 100 weight fleece by Polar Tech standards, even though this isn't. but I got it fairly cheap. It was like $15, so I'm really happy with that. Just a good beater thing. I keep that in the very bottom. It just fills up the cavity where the really the rugged nylon is compared to this one. So I just keep it here and fills it up. That's like it's. I have a black diamond spot. It's the one that goes from 70 down to 16 on the main, and then from 16 down to 4 lumens on the side too, and then has a red. I need to change the batteries out on these, but I carry this around since it is winter and it's getting colder. And this would be kind of like a 2 season, maybe winter. But no, for winter I'd probably just carry my North Face Recon with all the stuff. That'd be it. Maybe I'd throw in my Phoenix E21, but I don't know. A lot of people complain about weight, but to me, like this much weight, I won't use it. Plus it's a day hike, so it doesn't bother me. As long as it's not past 15 pounds, I'm good. Also, I found a nice way. It's one of these card keepers for like an access card. This is the one from UPS. I don't know where I got it, but it just happens to fit around my CamelBak tube. So if I were to drink and then let go, it'll just go to the same place all the time. And I kind of like that. Instead of it hanging around, it'll just go under your body wherever it goes. In these pockets, side pockets. Let me just go over these real quick. Let me zoom out. I have my phone usually, and I don't know what else I carry. Either phone or camera, and then the other one usually a snack or my phone. If the camera is in here. Not this camera because this one's too large for that. But that's usually it. There's nothing special. I don't bring food because usually I just go for a 3-4 hour hike at maximum. One we did was like 3 miles. It was a circle hike in Bear Mountain. Usually that was it. That was the longest, and we just had like a picnic break after. So food isn't really a necessity, but I'll try to fit in some snacks if I need to. And that's really it. The bag, I'm loving it so far. My criticism still stays that there is no kind of back support, because even though when it's on your back, it just conforms. But if your CamelBak bladder is half empty like mine is right now, half full, like you can see the water here, but there's nothing here, it will kind of push this closer towards your body and it'll heat up. And I found that this has a tendency to get wet from your sweat much faster than any other part, because just how it's situated. Like around here, it'll seem like it's leaking, but it's actually not, just because of your body sweat. At least that's what it seems like for me. And I don't like this material because it repels your moisture a bit, but it just keeps it there. So that's just my fault with it. Not my fault, my problem with it. But it doesn't change anything. I love it. Still have no idea what these holes are for on the side of the CamelBak. I would think that it would be to run the tube up and somewhere, but the tube is too long. Like if you were running up the shoulder, you could almost run it around. That's the only other idea for it I have. This I know would be a drainage hole, but these two things, no idea. So guys, enjoy your day. Okay, so just quickly, these are socks I was talking about. It's Wigwams. I think it's called Crew Liner with Cool Max, but you can see this part's discolorated a little bit. It's yellow. That's a Cool Max kind, and this is just polyester, I think. Same one for the other one. Yep, the REI outlet area with clearance. These are REI hikers. I don't know what, but I would wear these in summer, just by itself. And in even colder winter, I have wool socks like this to wear outside. These are tall ones too. It's like mid-calf. These are by Teco. And yeah, that's really it, guys.